Picture this. In the shadowed corners of the Vatican archives lie some of its most disturbing and controversial documents. They contain records of exorcisms performed by church officials, some reportedly involving popes themselves. These aren't merely historical curiosities, they represent the Church's ongoing official engagement with what it considers demonic forces. The archives also contain detailed accounts of Marian apparitions witnessed by thousands. In addition, they include medical records of inexplicable healings that defy modern scientific understanding. What truth lies behind these extraordinary claims? Are they merely reflections of pre-scientific understanding or evidence of phenomena that defy conventional explanation? Welcome back to Mysteries Decoders, where we uncover the secrets the world doesn't want you to know, as we continue our journey through one of history's most enigmatic repositories of knowledge, the Vatican Secret Archives. In our previous episodes, we explored the turbulent history of these archives and examined some of their most controversial documents. Today, we delve into perhaps the most fascinating aspect: records of alleged supernatural phenomena that have shaped Catholic doctrine and continue to influence millions of believers worldwide. Are these genuine encounters with the divine, elaborate deceptions, or something else entirely? Join us as we decode these mysteries. The archives contain detailed accounts of exorcism rituals dating back centuries. One particularly notable case from 1614 describes Pope Paul V personally blessing a ritual to expel demons from a woman who reportedly demonstrated supernatural strength and spoke languages she had never learned. This case helped shape the Ritual Romanum, the official exorcism rite that, with revisions, remains in use today. More recent records detail the establishment of the International Association of Exorcists in 1990, which was officially recognized by the Vatican in 2014. The archives include case studies used in the training of modern exorcists, reports describing physical symptoms, psychological assessments, and theological interpretations of alleged possessions. What's most fascinating is how these documents reveal the Church's internal debates about distinguishing between mental illness and genuine spiritual phenomena. Confidential memos show Vatican officials expressing concern about overzealous exorcists misdiagnosing medical conditions, while others warn against modernist tendencies to dismiss all possession claims as psychological in nature. In May 2024, the Vatican released new guidelines for evaluating claims of supernatural events. But why now? What recent reports prompted this update to centuries-old protocols? Among the most fascinating records are testimonies collected by Father Gabriele Amorth, the Vatican's chief exorcist, who claimed to have performed over 60,000 exorcisms from 1986, when he was appointed to the role, until his death in 2016. His meticulous documentation provides a unique window into the Church's continuing engagement with what it considers spiritual warfare in the modern world. Perhaps most unusual are documents suggesting that Pope Pius XII attempted a long-distance exorcism of Hitler from his private chapel. The concern of the Pope, according to witnesses, was also that of averting the protracted massacre against the Jews, one report states. And perhaps driven by desperation, he had also attempted the extreme card of the ritual of liberation from the devil against the Führer. An attempt that, however, did not have the desired effect. Famed Rome exorcist Father Gabriele Amorth told Vatican News in a 2006 interview he believed Hitler and the Nazis had been diabolically possessed. There are also records suggesting Pope Pius XII performed similar rituals targeting members of the Italian Communist Party. These spiritual interventions reflect the extraordinary measures considered during times of existential crisis for the Church. What other supernatural interventions has the Vatican authorized throughout its long history? The archives also record evidence of Pope Benedict XVI's encounters with possession cases during his papacy from 2005 to 2013. In one account, a young Italian woman attended a mass in St. Peter's Square and the devil immediately revealed himself. Took place on May 29, 2009. Cardinal Ivan Diaz reportedly prayed intensely for 20 minutes, after which the woman appeared to be freed. There's also testimony that St. John Paul II performed at least 3 exorcisms, while Pope in 1982, 1984 and 2000. According to reports, those of 1982 and 1984 were effective in permanently liberating the young women. But a third, which took place outside St. Peter's Square after one of John Paul II's general audiences in 2000, had some good effect but did not succeed in liberating the girl completely. On October 13, 1917, in Fatima, Portugal, approximately 70,000 people gathered in a field to witness what became known as the Miracle of the Sun, a phenomenon where witnesses reported the sun dancing, changing colors and plunging toward Earth before returning to normal. This event marked the culmination of a series of Marian apparitions experienced by 3 shepherd children, Lucia Santos and her cousins Francisco and Jacinta Marto. The Vatican archives contain the original handwritten accounts of the children and testimony from witnesses to these events. But perhaps most intriguing is the famous Third Secret of Fatima, a vision allegedly shown to the children that remained undisclosed for decades, fueling speculation about apocalyptic prophecies. In 2000, the Vatican finally released what it claimed was the complete Third Secret, which described a vision of a bishop dressed in white, interpreted as the Pope, being killed by soldiers. This was linked to the 1981 assassination attempt against Pope John Paul II, but controversy erupted immediately. Many Fatima devotees insisted the released text couldn't be the entire secret and pointed to previous statements by Vatican officials suggesting a more apocalyptic content related to apostasy within the Church itself. The archives also contain correspondence between Sister Lucia, the longest living of the 3 visionaries, and multiple popes, as well as records of theological analysis of the Fatima phenomena. These documents reveal intense debate within the Vatican about how to interpret these events as literal prophecy, symbolic vision, or something else entirely. What makes Fatima particularly compelling is the scale of the reported miracle. Thousands of witnesses, including skeptics and secular journalists, described seeing the sun's unusual behavior, while others in nearby towns reported nothing abnormal. What natural or psychological explanation could account for such a mass experience? And does the Vatican possess additional information about Fatima that remains classified? In 1858, a 14-year-old French peasant girl named Bernadette Soubirous reported seeing a beautiful lady in a grotto near Lourdes, France. During one of these apparitions, the lady allegedly directed Bernadette to dig in the ground, uncovering a spring that would become famous for its purported healing properties. Since then, millions of pilgrims have visited Lourdes, with thousands claiming miraculous cures. The Vatican archives contain the original canonical investigation documents from the Lourdes apparitions, including Bernadette's testimony and early medical reports of alleged healings. What's particularly noteworthy is the Church's cautious approach. In 1883, they established the Medical Bureau of Lourdes, a body of physicians, including non-believers, who scientifically evaluate claimed miracles. Remarkably, this bureau continues to operate to this day, led by Dr. Alessandro de Franciscis since 2009, maintaining its rigorous standards as it investigates reports of miraculous healings at the shrine. These archives reveal the extraordinary standard of proof required for an official miracle designation, complete and permanent healing from a serious condition, healing that occurs instantaneously, and no medical explanation for the recovery. Of the thousands of claimed healings, only 70 have received official recognition as miraculous, a testament to the rigorous investigation process. The archives also contain detailed records of previously mysterious cases. One such case occurred in 1976 when Italian Vittorio Micheli was miraculously healed. Hip bone cancer had left his pelvis visibly destroyed on X-rays, yet after bathing in the Lourdes waters, his bones spontaneously regenerated, a case that baffled medical experts. While skeptics attribute Lourdes healings to placebo effects, spontaneous remission or misdiagnosis, the archived medical documentation presents some cases that genuinely challenge conventional medical understanding. What explains these remarkable recoveries? And why do they seem concentrated around this particular site? The archives also contain reports of phenomena that defy easy categorization, including documented cases of nuns witnessing unexplained orbs passing through monastery walls. Even more remarkable are the canonization records of St. Joseph of Cupertino, a 17th century mystic reported to levitate during prayer. Witnesses claim to have seen him suspended in air, defying gravity, in a phenomenon the Church eventually accepted as miraculous. Similarly, the stigmata of Padre Pio, the Capuchin friar who bore wounds resembling those of Christ's crucifixion for over 50 years, remain one of the most scrutinized and debated phenomena in modern Catholic history. Despite skepticism and rigorous medical examinations, his stigmata were ultimately recognized by the Church as authentic, further cementing his legacy as a mystic deeply united with Christ's suffering. What would modern science make of these accounts? Could these historical testimonies provide evidence of human abilities beyond our current understanding? But what are we to make of all these accounts? Are they merely reflections of pre-scientific understanding of psychological disorders, or evidence of phenomena that defy conventional explanation? And why does the Vatican maintain a corps of trained exorcists, over 400 worldwide, in our modern era? In part 4 of this series, we'll delve into perhaps the most significant aspect of the archives, documents related to the Bible itself. From ancient codices that differ from modern versions to records detailing how certain books were included or excluded from the canon, we'll examine how the sacred text at Christianity's heart has evolved over centuries. What might these biblical documents reveal about the development of Christian doctrine? Why have certain interpretations been emphasized while others suppressed? And what light might they shed on the historical Jesus and early Christianity? Join us as we complete our journey through one of history's most enigmatic repositories of knowledge. What do you think about these supernatural phenomena documented in the Vatican archives? Are they evidence of divine intervention, elaborate hoaxes, or phenomena that science has yet to explain? We'd love to hear from you, our Mysteries Decoders community. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed decoding these mysteries, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Mysteries Decoders. Our community of inquisitive minds is only growing, and your voice is vital. Spread the word, share this video with your friends, your skeptical colleagues, and family members. Who knows what we'll decode next? Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and stay tuned to Mysteries Decoders.